I have always been here. An idea pulsing beneath the need to trade, flickering in the vast bartered gift. Before any shell or metal bore my name, they haunted me too much. Offered what spilled over, expecting the circle to come around, expecting me. But humans, with their fragile egos, they crafted me into something they could touch. Then they grew fearful of me. It's strange to exist like this, floating, seen through a mist, hearing muffled sounds and voices I don't recognize. I know I'll soon be somewhere else out there. I'll be alive, glowing with joy, but sometimes worn and silent. I've been told, though, that I won't remember any of this. Apparently, I won't even recall a silver of this strange place, nor any of the thoughts I form here. In 8 months, my door will open, and I will be hurried into that vibrant, loud world of humans. I will meet my mother and maybe my father too. Here, where I am, the other of things allows one to pick through the mist 5 times. Just 5 chances to understand before I forget. My first glimpse through this fog brings my parents in view. My mother is laughing, holding her belly. Her whole face is lit up as if something beautiful is just under her skin. Her hand rests gently on the bump where I float, and I feel a warm, peaceful calm reach me. Beside her, my father holds a glowing device showing her a large number on its screen. He looks proud, relieved, as if that number contains all his hopes. I can feel my mother's happiness echo through me, like waves radiating from her hand. I'm drawn into her, captivated by her hair that is worn on her head like a crown. I decide I want to be just like her, female. She seems strong and beautiful, someone who glows when she laughs. Today we're going to talk about money. What is money? Money is just a tool. Money is a tool, and it allows us to exchange, trade goods and services. Sometimes trade in itself, money itself becomes the product, right? And it's just an idea that we have created the value of exchange. So I still wonder why sometimes it can really have like a grip over our life, like the freedom we have because we have to pursue that money. When the value of money becomes like a floating idea attached to it, how can it still have this grip over our lives? With every coin or nuggets of gold, they tangled me in their pride and envy, their virtues and vices. For ages I was woven out of cloth, forged from iron, pounded into brass or gold, strapped to whatever gave meaning in that age. I'm a mirror that reflects the worth they gave. So, to some, I was fortune. To others, I was a trap. But truly, I am nothing without their eyes on me. But yet, I am everything. I am fuel for whatever they choose to spark. Be their giving, their greed, their joy, their fear. Yes, I amplify that which they hold within. A silent companion to their boundless urges, stoking the unit parts of human nature, good or ill, bright or shadowed. When I open the mist the second time, though it's the same world, there's a tension in the air, so thick I feel it press against me even here in my cocoon. My father sits hunched over a newspaper at the table, silent, lost in thoughts. My mother scribbles in 2 lists. One is a short list full of things I recognize for my arrival. But the other list, oh, it's longer than her arm, and it's filled with things I don't need at all. My father sighs and suggests cutting down the guest list for their wedding, but my mother snaps back. People need to see that we're doing well. Her voice trembles and I feel a strange emptiness, like the air has grown cold. My father's head drops, defeated, and I wonder, will I really be their most important focus? Or am I just part of some bigger picture they're trying to frame for everyone else? The mist fades and I drift back to sleep, my questions unanswered. By the time I picture the mist the third time, the noise is overwhelming. There's music, loud music, and laughter that rings in every direction. Through the fog, I see people gather around my parents. My mother bends in her dress, radiant, and there is a mountain of gifts piled around her. My father looks tired, slumped in a chair, his gaze drifting to the door. My mother stays up late, opening and admiring the gifts, yet they all look familiar, as if they already had everything here twice over. When my father finally escapes to bed, I sense relief in his footsteps, but my mother stays, caressing the sparkling items with a fevered joy I don't understand. Are these things more important than me? Am I just another thing they want to showcase? I realize then how small I might feel in their lives. The mist fades again and I close my eyes, resting as the days pass in silence. The next time I peep through the fog, I see a woman with my mother, her name Susanna. She helps around the house, cooking, shopping, cleaning. Yet there's something about Susanna that doesn't quite fit. When they go to the market, she lags behind, carrying everything, eating simpler food. She admires a dress in a shop but doesn't buy it. Instead, she holds back, always a step behind my mother. Is this just how things are on earth? Are some people meant to hold everything while others float freely? And if Susanna once looked through the mist like I do now, did she choose this life? The fog swells and I close my eyes, thinking. A new phase of life demands a new approach to money. So money has existed in so many forms, from shells, cloth, metal, paper that we have now, but now digital currency that becomes invisible, zeros and ones. So money has changed depending on the age we humans were at that time. There's so many different experts saying save, save, save. Then on the other side, no, don't save, invest in properties, invest in different things that will appreciate in the future. So can you become wealthy later on by just saving, putting your money in the bank and storing it as your money, or investing in something that will, appreciate in the future? Because, the argument also comes from the interest you get putting your money in the bank might not match up inflation in the future. Or yes, you will get this accumulated bulk of money that you've saved, but that's not going to make you wealthy. I want to know your take on this. Now I live in intangibles. A ghost in the wire, a whisper of ones and zeros, a shifting weight that carries no coins clink. They have freed me from any form. Yet I remain more elusive, even more feared, and still they cling. Some to grasp tightly and others to keep me at bay. I watch as they always try to balance the scales. It's a dance we've played for centuries, tipping and rebalancing the scales. But in the end, I am the one standing. Some will choose to remain blind to me. Some will wrangle in wild excesses. Some will question what I even am. Maybe none of them ever had a choice at all. Why are there people that are poor? When it comes to money, we should also think about the other side of it. It's not about just getting rich. There are thousands of people in the world today that live beneath the poverty level, like $1 or $2 a day. They can't afford 1 meal or 2 square meals a day. They're struggling. So, but there are different school of thoughts that say this is why people, or suggest why people are poor. Some people will say, or some experts or people that really look and research into the issue of poverty will say the system is broken. That is why. The system is failing us. That is why some people are poor. Because take, for example, so-called or so-labeled third world countries blessed with natural resources and. But there are a good number of people that are living beneath poverty level. So the system is broken. The system has been rigged. It's designed to make the masses poor. That's one school of thought. There's another one that suggests that some people are just lazy. They want, or they're looking for get rich quick concepts to make money, right? So they don't want to go through that process, building their character, building their career, investing, working very hard. They're just lazy. So they rather opt in for betting, gambling, fraud. Out of laziness, some people are poor. Then there's another school of thought that I find really interesting, that people are poor because there is generational wealth. Generational wealth in the sense of that legacy money, that old money that has been passed down from one generation to the other, because there has been systems to secure this generational wealth. So if you are born like in a wealthy family, you already have so many advantages. Even the school you go to, the people you went to school with, your social capital is increased, your network, your exposure, you've traveled around the world, you see how things work in different places, so you're exposed to how to find solutions when there are problems. If you want to experiment solutions or ideas, you have the funds for it. If you want to start something, you have the investment, or your father knows somebody that, so all this wealth, generational wealth, also comes with a social construct that allows you to generate more wealth. This is my last chance to see them before I leave the mist forever. My father is home, but he's different. He's weighed down, a shadow hanging over his shoulder, as if he's carrying more than he can bear. My mother's voice cuts through the fog, sharp and angry. How could you mess things up like this? We're expecting a child and you bet against Chelsea? She's furious, but my father is silent, promising to make things right before I arrive. Yet something in her tone says she doesn't believe him, and I feel sadness settle like a wave around me. Then I realize something. My father isn't like my mother. He cares less about appearances, about what people think. He feels worlds away from her, and I wonder, who am I meant to be? Will I be like my mother, guarded and focused, or like my father, weighed down by secrets he doesn't know how to share? Finally, the mist clears. It's December 15th, and I am ready. Even if I am not sure what ready means. I hear voices around me, hands lifting me from one arm to the other, and I feel an overwhelming, aching warmth flood my chest. I am here, alive, my senses erupting with new sounds and smells. Who are all these people? Then a man rushed into the room. He looks at me with a quiet, terrified love. In that gaze, I sense there is a journey we are about to begin together.